Hello everybody, this is Tyler here once again from the Other Games channel. First of all, I do want to apologize that I haven't been keeping my word when it comes to making more content for this channel. I do apologize about that in advance, but here we are. So I'm going to be doing something interesting for this video, something that I've never done before. I've done a whole variety of content on this channel, whether that would be like unboxing videos, that's mostly about it. Like a good majority of my channel is unboxing videos, but I'm actually going to be doing a book review for this video. And if you guys saw the title, you guys know what it is. I'm going to be reviewing the very first book in the Goosebumps franchise, particularly the original series and, well, in general. It's Welcome to Dead House right here. Now, of course, this copy that I have right here is the reprint from 2003. The book itself originally came out in 1992. I got this from eBay from, I believe it was Thrift Books was the seller. I mean, it's, okay, I knew that was going to happen. Thankfully, I've got the, oh, all right, the light just came back on. That's weird. I'm in my, but I'm in one of the common areas in the dorms, and at night, you know, the lights, you know, work really weird. Like, if there's like no movement in here for like a couple minutes, you know, the lights will just automatically go off. But anyways, back to the cover of this. It's in, you know, to describe the condition of the book that I have, like, with me, I'd probably maybe give it like maybe like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10, because there are some issues with it, most particularly with the side right here. Part of the spine's cut off. There's a crease right here, and a few noticeable creases on the front cover. And I've looked through the pages of this book. Also, by the way, the pages are pretty yellow. And I looked through the book. There's been like, there might have been one page where there was like pencil markings and other stuff like that. And also like this page right here, there's some marker for some reason. But, and you know, I did a week ago order hopefully a better condition copy of this. I'll have to do like a kind of a compare and see which version I'll keep. If the one that I get from this other seller ends up being worse, despite the fact that their selling says very good condition, I'll just keep this copy. I don't know. I'll see what happens. But we got the basic gist of the book out of the way, like the cover and all that. Now for the story itself. Keep in mind there's probably going to be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't read this book yet, I would recommend not watching this review until you've read the book entirely, all 123 pages. So the story is about this family, you know, mom and dad, 2 kids, and the story is told from a first-person perspective. It's told from the perspective of the girl of the family, Amanda, and her family moves into a neighborhood, I believe it's called Dark Falls, and they move into a house, and like as soon as they get there, like you know, both Amanda and her brother Josh like start like seeing some weird things going on, like, you know, seeing ghosts, or at least what they think is ghosts, but like, you know, their parents like keep saying no, that's not the case, you know, you're just seeing things. So throughout a good portion of this book, like the first half, you know, they're like, you know, kind of adjusting to the house, realizing how very uncomfortable it is. Oh crap, okay. Every time I make like just one simple movement, the light's like, okay, you're moving, I'll go back on. I got this flashlight with me just in case anything else happens. But in the, throughout this story, like, you know, they realize, yeah, this place is not that great. And then they soon encounter like a group of kids. And then at first they're like, oh, you know, these are ordinary kids, you know, they're fine. And also during the book, they realize that like while they're walking through the neighborhood of Dark Falls, there's like no other cars going around, no other people around, which led to some suspicions from both of them. And eventually, like close to the end of the story, like, you know, Amanda and Josh both realize that like, you know, the kids that they were talking to are basically all dead. They were talking to the living dead, basically. And And eventually they all like start like trying to go after him, and then Josh like saying, "Oh, come and join us as well. You'll be one of us." That type of deal. And also another character I forgot to mention. Oh my god, here we go again. Thank goodness, like, hello? Can you see okay? All right, good. All right. So, where was I going off? There was like one other character in the book that I forgot to mention. Basically the guy who brought the family to the house. His name was Mr. Dawes. And eventually, like near the end of the book, he was also revealed to be one of these living dead people in Dark Falls, and also tries to, okay, now the light's back on. I'm just gonna keep turning this flashlight on and off, like, depending on what the light does in here. Anyways, so he tries to get, like, Josh and Amanda to join, and, eventually after escaping Mr. Dawes, they find out that their parents are being tied up, and, the whole town, the whole living dead town of Dark Falls was closing in on them, trying to have them join the living dead. Eventually, Josh and Amanda find a plan to, like, basically kill everybody, which I'll get into later on, by knocking down a tree onto the amphitheater and having the sunlight show up and, basically kill them. So, yeah, that was another thing that was revealed at the very end of the book. Like, apparently, like, the living dead can be dead again by flashing light at them. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Eventually they rescue their parents. They move away from the house, but not before another family moves in to the new house. And, like, I guess history repeats itself, almost kind of like kind of a dark ending, basically. I mean, just in general, like, now that I'm done talking about the whole story, I might as well just talk about my thoughts about this book. I honestly was not expecting it to, like, be, as dark in certain places as, as I originally thought. Yeah, because there's like quite a good amount of stuff, especially near the end of the story, where I'm like, wow, I can't believe they got away with putting that in a story intended for like kids or something. I don't know. But it was the 90s, you kind of, can get away with a lot more stuff in the 90s than you can nowadays. So I'm honestly not that surprised. But at the same time, I'm like, holy cow. But anyways, I loved the book. It was actually pretty good, I guess I should have like mentioned this at the beginning of the video, like my experience with the Goosebumps franchise. Never read any of the books in their entirety, like not at all. I mean, I borrowed some from the library a few times, but like I've never read any of them, completely. Most of my memories of Goosebumps come from the TV show. I definitely remember seeing a good amount of the TV show episodes, like, let's see, The Haunted Mask, My Hairiest Adventure. I think I might have seen The Girl Who Cried Monster, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, I definitely remember, so on and so forth. Yeah, because I remember more of the TV show of Goosebumps than, like, the books themselves, which, funny enough, Welcome to Dead House did get a television adaptation, which I have not seen yet. I haven't watched any of Goosebumps in, like, over a decade. Since Cartoon Network out of all channels had reruns of the show. But it had a 2-part episode, so maybe I'll see that at some point, see how it, compares to the book version. But yeah, I really liked it. Every chapter, at the end of every chapter of Goosebumps, there's always like some sort of like, cliffhanger that like, leaves you wanting to know like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And, other things about this particular story, like there's like, throughout the book you kind of like, wonder like, is this thing happening? Are these characters like, what I think they are? And, I predicted through the story that like, like everybody in this town is, well, dead, hence the book's title, Welcome to Dead House. And, I ended up being right. So, not much else to say. Really loved Welcome to Dead House. Definitely looking forward to reading some other Goosebumps books. Yeah, definitely recommend reading it. Pretty great for like being like the first entry of like, the original series of Goosebumps and just Goosebumps as a whole franchise. Really amazing. And for, I mean, my only minor complaint is that like, like shining light on the living dead makes them dead again. Like that's kind of my only minor nitpick. Like that doesn't make too much sense to me, but overall I really liked Welcome to Dead House. I give it 9.5 out of 10. Really amazing book. And the light's off. So you know what? Trying to figure out how to, there we go. God damn it. Sorry for cursing. But anyways, that's about it for this review of Welcome to Dead House from Goosebumps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned when I do some other reviews of these books and, you know, other content as a whole. I definitely still need to, like, you know, do some other stuff for this channel. I apologize for not keeping up. I've had a lot of priorities recently, you know, college being one of them. And of course my main channel, the Character Workshop, I'm mostly focusing on making content for there. But hopefully you guys forgive me and, you know, hopefully you guys stick around for whenever I post next. But anyways, this is Tyler from the Nerd Games channel, signing out.